Hi, I'd like to introduce you to the Smart Waste 205 TS cardboard and plastic baler. This machine will do all types of soft waste, primarily cardboard and plastic. With cardboard, as you can see, it's a very neat, small footprint, but it will actually do up to 50 kilos of cardboard, which is the equivalent of a 3 cubic meter recycle bin. On plastic, it will actually do up to 100 kilos of plastic, which is the equivalent of 6 to 8 cubic meters of plastic. The Smart Waste pneumatic balers purely work off compressed air. They have no electrical components on them. They work off an existing air compressor on site, or we can supply you a commercial compressor to work with the machine. The Smart Waste pneumatic balers have a three-way locking valve. We have it in press, lock and release. By having it in press, it means that the machine is more or less on automatic standby. If you have it on press, as soon as you pull down the handle, it engages the pressing plate and it starts to activate the baler itself. By putting it into lock, this will hold the pressing plate down at whatever position it is at the time. Normally what the lock position is used for is when we're making the bale, it's to hold the bale at its full compression so that you only have to manually tie it off. And once you release the pressing plate, it will put the full pressure onto the banding and make the bale sturdy. By putting the three-way valve into the release position, it releases all air pressure and the pressing plate will return to the home position. The spring cover here gives you two indicators. You have the top indicator in red. That means that the pressing plate is in the home position and that it's safe to open the door. When the indicator is red at the full indicator, it means that you're now ready to make a bale. Do not make a bale until this indicator is fully red and where the pressing plate will not go down any further within the machine. At that stage, you are now ready to make your bale. The 205 TS takes two rolls of banding. They're 9 millimeters wide and they're 250 meters long, which will make approximately 80 to 90 bales of material. The banding itself is made of a polystyrene, so it's quite a soft edged material. You can't get a paper cut or anything else. It has a breaking strain of 240 kilos per strap. Taking it that the maximum bale weight on the machine is 100 kilos, you already have 480 kilos of breaking strain. Each Smart Waste 205 baler will have a safety knife on a lanyard on the side of the machine. What this is used for is when you need to cut the banding for making your bale. So you see the banding here, it's a safety knife so you can't cut your finger and you simply slice it straight through. Again, it's a nice soft banding but extremely strong. All the Smart Waste pneumatic machines will take all types of soft waste. What you can't put into the machine is any hard items, which is indicated in red here to give you an idea of what products, like no wood, no steel, glass, aerosol cans, or any other sharp, heavy items. I will now show you how to load a new roll of banding onto the baler. When putting on a new roll of banding, it simply sits onto the machine here. It's like a sewing machine spindle. What you have here is you have a pressure bar. That's just so when you're pulling the banding through the machine, it won't run off. So you can see it's spring loaded. We simply remove the bar here on top and we then place the banding. We only have to push the banding into the machine enough so that we can have access to it from the inside of the machine. Once we have pushed the banding in far enough that we have access to it from the inside, we open both doors, and as you can see, once the banding is behind this bar here, we simply grab the banding We take it and we pull it. The banding has to go down across down through this channel, across through the channel at the floor with the rubber hose. This is purely a guide to keep the banding in the middle of the bale. So again, it has to go across the floor and up and over this bottom door and lock into place here. So what we do is, I normally grab what I consider the length of the door and then push back on the banding and simply place into the guides. We close the door using this handle across, and then we simply place it in the plastic clip and lock it into place. You do the same on this side and you are now ready to bale. We are now ready to start making a bale. So once we open the door, we simply take our cardboard. I would normally start with a decent piece of cardboard so that it covers both strips of banding. Simply place it into the bottom of the machine, and after that you can casually just fill the machine. Try and spread the cardboard out so that it's quite even as you go along. You just fill the cardboard right up to the top. If you have more cardboard, you simply close the door. We make sure that the three-way valve is in the press position. Pull down the handle. This will automatically activate the pressing plate and it will start compacting. It's a natural thing, the air is trapped in the cylinder, so it will stay compacting. The air is trying to escape till you open the door, and that automatically releases the air. The pressing plate will return then to its upright position. Once you see the red indicator on top, it's now safe to open the door again, and we simply do the same procedure again. Put in cardboard. If you only have one box, throw the box in, close the door and pull down the handle. It will automatically start compacting. Or you can simply repeat, fill it to here, close the door and keep doing the same procedure till you have no more cardboard left. To make our bale, we simply open the door, which releases the pressing plate. Pressing plate goes to the top. Once we see the red indicator, we open the door. We now, as you can see going down with the gauge here, there is a break in it. What that's for is so that you can pull the banding across. Again, we use our safety knife. I usually use this handle as a guide of where to cut it. So we simply snip. That's now going to make the top of our bale. This long part of banding that's hanging down is going to make your next bale. So we simply place this in out of our way, making sure that it's not caught under each of these straps. We take the second strap across, we simply do the same, use our safety knife and cut. And again, we place the banding that's hanging down into the middle so that it's there secure for making our next bale. We close the door and engage the pressing plate and bring the pressing plate back down. The reason for this is so that the cardboard is held down by the pressing plate while we tie off the banding. It means that once you release the pressing plate, once it's tied up, it will automatically expand a little bit and put the full pressure onto the bale. So you only have to hand tie it. Don't kill yourself trying to tie it too tight. So once the pressing plate is down, we put it into the lock position. We now open up our top door and open it fully wide. We then release our two clips that are holding the bottom of the banding. So the banding is now free. And standing to the side of the machine, we open the bottom door. So again, you can see it has a full hinge, so it can't open until this hinge is fully back. And as you can see, we have a well compacted bale. What we want to do with the banding is to make sure there's no loose banding. So we just give it a little pull on top and give it a little pull on the bottom. As you can see, it moves there, so we know that there's nothing trapped in the middle. A lot of times it won't move, but there will be some extra play once you pull it forward. A very simple way to tie the bale is like a shoelace. If you make a bow, wrap it around your two fingers and simply put a knot into it. This allows you to have a loop, and all we do is we simply take the bottom part, push it through the loop and pull it down till it's tight. By pinching this part here, it will hold the pressure on it, and then we simply do a double knot, or any good type knot will do. Again, we give it a pull. You saw there was some extra strapping there. Again, give it a pull on the top, make our loop, and run our banding through. Very simple process. Let the machine do the hard work. Simply do a double knot. We now release our pressing plate by putting it into the release position. So you can see the cardboard rises there, and that's what puts the tension onto the strapping. The machine is wider at the front and narrower at the back. It means that it's easy to loosen out the bale. We simply put our hand to the back and pull the cardboard forward, ready to take out. Because this is up to 50 kilos, what we do is we use our lift trolley from the general waste machine. We bring our lift trolley into place. We put the safety lock on so it can't move. Wind the lift trolley up to the height of the base of the machine, and we just walk the bale out. Release the lock, and we simply bring the cardboard to its location for removal. We are now ready to restrap and start our next bale. Again, we just take what we consider the length of the door, push backwards, put it in between the rubber guides. Again, take the banding, place it between the rubber, close our bottom door, and lock our banding into place. We are now ready to start making our next bale.